Alright, I've got a custom 955 right here. I figured I would make a quick video on a 8-band EQ anyway, since I got one plugged up. I've already got it kind of preset, so it's just gonna give an example how it does here. But anyway, this radio here, if you go to set up like a microphone with an EQ, then you're gonna set up to the specific microphone that you're using. But my circuit, with my selectable bass, I can actually custom to multiple different style microphones. You can run whatever you want to run on here without having to re-EQ everything to run that specific microphone. I've got a variable treble on this radio here. We've got upgraded echo board that's done out the face, made a little mark on it for him. We've got a Hifi transmit, Hifi receive, upgraded filter, upgraded finals, variable peak control so you can control his peak output, and then the selectable bass, and the EQ, and it's D104 and all that stuff too. But anyway, alright, so I'm going to start it out with just like a traditional, like a static microphone. I'm going to start out in the least bass mode here, with just in the center position here, which would be the least amount of bass. The treble is maxed out right now, so I got the treble all the way up, and the bass is in the middle position, which would be the least amount of bass. Variable peak is all the way up, and I'll go ahead and just test output real quick, and we'll see what we're putting out. We'll check out our bird average right here, and grab my correct microphone. So maybe 57, 58 bird, something like that with my voice, going through all this stuff. So 58 bird is what we're putting out. Check out our peak. Audio, 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 breaker, 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 breaker. So there you go. Looks good on the spectrum analyzer. Looks good right here too. Break, break. So now I'll take this peak control. I'll go ahead and cut it all the way down. Go ahead and cut my carrier all the way down. Then we'll give an example of what it does right here. Audio. All the way down to 28 peak, so as much as 130 peak down to 28 peak. So y'all seen plenty of those videos, seen the bird average output there too. So now I will plug in, I guess, and we'll just show like the static microphone first, I reckon. And we'll see what it sounds like with the static in the center position of the bass, and maybe I'll adjust around on the treble and things like that, and we'll kind of see what's going on there.
Alright, I've got the 636 static plugged in. I'll back down my gain just slightly. I'm in the center position here on the studio switch here, or the selectable bass switch. I'm about 3 o'clock on my mic gain. I could back that down just a little bit more, maybe to about 230. My treble's maxed out. You can still adjust down on the treble if you wanted to, kind of tame it out, smooth it out if you wanted to. It'll go all the way down, or you can kind of crank it on back up. If I do flip some bass, it will be too much. Even if I just go to the medium position on the bass, you can hear my plosives are too much. If I go down to the top position for the maximum bass, you can definitely hear the plosives. And then if I take and I cut this treble all the way down here, it can almost get to a busted speaker sound. But that's a 636. So let me cut it back up here. Go back to the center. That's similar to where this narrow microphone should run at. You could back down the treble a little bit, smooth it out a little bit more if you want to. But anyway, let's get back to the mic that he's going to be using. He just wanted to have the versatility to be able to use another as well. And we'll see kind of what's going on. Let me plug in the D104 here. Alright, I've got the D104 plugged in right here. I don't know where my treble's at. Let's see, I crank it, that's back there. We'll go ahead and crank it up. I'll back down the gain just a touch more. Let me kind of show the mic gain on the radio too. This is with the D104. I've got the mic gain set to about 1 o'clock or so, thereabouts. That'd be pretty close. The treble right now is maxed out, and I'm in the medium position on the bass is where I'm setting that right now. And everything's kind of set up. So now I'll show a little bit of some of the ranges. I can flip back to middle position here and kind of roll the bass off right there, and then I could roll the treble back if I want to. I could flip to the top position with the treble back, and I could make it muddy, too much. I could go to the bottom position with this treble back, and then just kind of have, an even back down gain a little bit if I wanted to, make it a little bit smoother. Any kind of way that you want to run it, however you want to set it up. I could boost the treble back up in there, bump the gain back up just a touch right there. So it really has the versatility to run it however you want, really. I would probably say, bottom position on the mic, D104 set at 5 right here, mic gain set at about 1, and then the treble would be preference. This is maxed out here. This would be about 3/4 of the way. There's about half, and there is all the way off right there. So all the way off on the treble here, back to about half again, back to about 3/4 right there. I think 3/4 is pretty good, and then back maxed out right there. So just a touch off of max probably, and ought to be a pretty good place with this handheld D104. But there you go. That ought to be a pretty good test for him to kind of see how he wants to run this thing with this 8-band EQ. D-Rail checking out this 955 breaker.
All right, anyway, that ought to be a good, pretty good little example for you of how to set it up, how to run it, and we appreciate it, man. Hope you enjoy it. I'll go ahead and show you the settings right there, so you kind of have a reference to go back to where everything's set. 80s max, 160s close to max, 250, 500, 900 all the way down. Mild, very mild boost on the 1500 and 2000, 2500. Out's up, tiny bit of echo, just a touch up, slow on the noise gate. Input gain all the way down. When you hook up the static, if for any reason that you max out this mic gain and it's not quite enough with the static, you can bump up the input gain just a little bit if you need to. I don't like the compression, it just kind of closes it off, takes away from the frequency range. The noise gate you can cut off if your environment's not noisy, and it will make you even more open. I was running the noise gate on there though. So anyway, hope you enjoy it. Should give you a good example. Hope you like the radio. Take care.